Hey guys, it's Cerulean Jake bringing to you another Chufti League battle, this time against Gym Leader Danko. So, in this battle, we are dealing with a Dragon and Normal type leader. Wow, I am not looking forward to this. That is a power pick if I've ever heard it. Dragon, of course, being an excellent set of powerful Pokemon, followed by the most versatile type in the game. Yeah, it sounds crazy. And if you look at his members, it gets even crazier. We have his ace, the Mousehold, as well as a plethora of Pokemon. I mean, there's so many of them that you're not even seeing all of them on the screen right now. I'm only putting the highlights on here. There's so much to get into, so let's just jump right in the team builder. So, to start things off, I am leading with Iron Valiant. Now, if you are dealing with a Dragon and a Normal type leader, and you look at the Pokemon I have available to me, you're going to think, okay, well, Iron Valiant just wins you the game. And while in some cases you might be correct, in this one, not so much. It's a doubles team, so unfortunately, Iron Valiant isn't the best Pokemon in the world. He's insane in singles, and if this were singles, then, you know, I think I would be walking into this much more confident than I am. But it's doubles, so in practice, Iron Valiant hasn't actually been leading me to the victories that I've been hoping for. He's definitely not been bad. He usually comes in, gets a kill, but then he just dies. And I've never been able to switch in aggressively with him. So we're going to see how he works. Obviously, we got the Moonblast Aura Sphere for our stab coverages. It's all super effective on pretty much everything. We're going with a Taunt because he has a lot of Trick Room options, and I want to shut that down since my team really suffers in a Trick Room. It also really suffers under a Tailwind, so taunting that away is also a pretty good option. And then last is just Protect to try to get some longevity out of the Iron Valiant. Now, let's talk about our lead. So we of course have this Sneasler. Now Sneasler is incredible mon, has come every game, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's been every game. You've seen this thing time and time before. Set's no different. The fourth move being Protect is the only change here. Again, we want to get some longevity out of our Sneasler. In practice, this thing has been an absolute menace. So hopefully we can continue to have that in the coming battle. And then, of course, pairing up with our Sneasler as our dedicated lead, we have... Listen. If you want to see Rillaboom not be led, then why don't you join the Chufti League and you pick Rillaboom and actively choose not to lead him? I think you'll find it a lot harder than you initially thought, because Rillaboom is just an excellent lead in almost every circumstance, and this time is no different. The Rillaboom Sneasler lead has been absolutely menacing for all of the battles. The only time that it's been not so great is if he leads off with Salamence. It kind of screws me over, but he's not necessarily going to know that I plan on leading Sneasler Rilla. So that's the hope. And then the other time that I'm actually... There's one circumstance in which I will not be leading Rillaboom, and that is if he has an Indeedee. I will kind of just have to call it whether I think he's going to lead the Indeedee or not. Because if he doesn't lead it, then I'm fine with leading Rilla. But if he's going to lead the Indeedee, then I happen to know that he's going to be minimum speed, and he will get his terrain set up to overwrite mine. So I need Rilla in the back so I can switch it in, activate my Sneasler's Grassy Seed and Unburden, get things going as they should, and also be able to spam out my Grassy Glides and not have my Fake Out be blocked. So that's the set. We went with Citrus Berry so we can get the Taunt down. This, of course, is to stop those nasty Trick Rooms. Unfortunately, Rillaboom is not fast enough to stop Tailwinds from being set up, so that sucks a little bit. But, I mean, we're mainly here to focus on the Trick Room. Next up, we have the Salamence. Salamence is another great mixed attacking option, similar to Iron Valiant, and this time we are going with the special set. It overall seems to be the better set for doubles, and frankly, I can't disagree. I think that going the Intimidate and this time Choice Specs is going to be insane. Nothing wants to take a Draco Meteor. There are no good switch-ins, so Salamence is just insane here. The one thing I was thinking about doing is maybe giving him Life Orb and putting Tailwind on him, but I ultimately decided to just stick with the Draco Meteor. Hurricane, I've never actually used, but I mean, it's there. If he brings something that doesn't want to take a Hurricane, then that's nice. The main thing we're looking at here is the Hydro Pump. I don't think he's going to be expecting a random Salamence to Hydro Pump. In very specific niche circumstances, Salamence can actually do a ton of damage with Hydro Pump onto the Ursalunas, and that's why he has it. And then the Flamethrower is just here because some of his Pokemon are Terra Steel. Otherwise, I'll never be using Flamethrower. That's the set. I decided to go with a little bit bulk rather than a fully invested max special attack and speed. And as a matter of fact, I decided not to max out on the speed either. I'm not doing a speed nature because if I just have 252 invested into speed, then I'm already fast enough. So I just went for the EV bump on special attack and then distributed amongst my bulk. And that's how I decided to use my Salamence here. Let's move on to Gholdengo. Gholdengo is also an interesting set. We did the same thing, max out our speed, and we outspeed everything that we were going to outspeed anyway. And the other stuff that he has are just going to be too fast. Even if we're max speed, we're not going to outspeed it, so it doesn't matter. For the EV bump on the special attack, and then for our set, I mean, he's a normal trainer, so there's no point in taking a ghost move. I mean, what am I going to hit with it? If I try to hit a dragon type, then I'm just risking him switching into normal. So instead of that, we're going to go with Make It Rain, which is always good for Gholdengo, and then Focus Blast. Focus Blast has been an actual demon in my mocks. It has been so far hitting. And when it does really good damage. I'm hoping to keep that streak going. Protect for longevity, of course, and Dazzling Gleam if we're ever in a situation where it comes up. It is, of course, super effective against those dragons. So, pretty good scenario there for me. Last up, originally this was actually going to be Quackable, but we are going with the Dragapult. It is a Focus Sash set. So we are able to max out on our offenses here. I didn't. In practice, I was missing some of my EVs, apparently. So yeah, we are a Focus Sash set. We are able to just full invest into our offenses. I am Timid max speed in hopes that if he also has Dragapult, then we can speed tie him and hopefully win the speed tie. Who knows? Maybe we lose it. Whatever. We're just going to do the best we can. Draco Meteor for damage. Hydro Pump for the same reason that Salamence has it. U-turn to be a good pivot. And then the Will-O-Wisp can probably catch some of those good physical attacking dragons off guard. Definitely the main thing that the Dragapult is here is to be a second Draco Meteor spammer, except this time he can actually pivot out much easier than Salamence can. So we got some good stuff going for us here, and I'm not incredibly confident, but I think that we got a good shot. Who knows? This might be our last Chufti League battle in a while. We might end up at the back of the queue. But I mean, if we lose, we're not out. We just have to wait our turn to arrive again. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we can get a win. We can keep going. We don't have to go to the back of the queue. We'll see what happens. Let's get into the battle. All right, we got the code. 2580354 Find it. Do this. All right. Isn't there a way I can pass it? Whatever, just normal rules. Okay. Current party. This is the one. Who'd you bring? Same team. Same damned team. Not happy about this. I mean, Kha'Zix comes. Do I bring Rilla or Dragapult? Rilla or Dragapult? What do I risk it? I mean, he's like almost assuredly leading. Well, I think he's bringing the Smeargle. He might not lead the Mousehold. I think he has been watching us, though. I think he's been scouting. It might be worth bringing the Dragapult. I'm doing it. What you got for me? Reggie, Drago, Indeedee. I called it right. He did bring Indeedee. That's good. I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Okay. I think I saw before this he was running Scarf on this. I think I have to hard swap. I could just kill the Regidrago. What if I did that? This guy has Sword Stance! That's not correct! Oh my god! Fuck it. Helping Hand. Please, please hit. Please. Okay. Yeah, I would have lived if I had Protect. I brought the wrong move. That's rough. That's really, really rough, and I hate that. But it's okay. We rebound. I mean, okay, so what does he switch in that Camille just doesn't deal with? Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt would be hard to deal with. I could go ahead and get rid of the terrain, though. I would be able to fake out whatever. Yeah, let's get rid of this terrain. Ursa, okay. I mean, I feel like it's got to be a protect here, right? This has got to be a protect. I think we got to get rid of the Trick Room option. And, you're going to U-turn out of here. I mean, yeah, okay, he protects. I probably should have used the U-turn on the, Indeedee. That would have made more sense. We did block the Trick Room, which is super nice. He does get the Facade ready and raring to go, though. And I don't think we... I might have to run the Cal. I'm pretty sure we don't kill with a Grassy Glide. I mean, I could double into it. He might Terrasilize, though. That's something I need to start taking into account if they Terrasilize. That's big. I feel like whatever I do, it's got to be into the Ursaluna. Right? I could just... I'm going to try to delete the Indeedee. And we will U-turn here. Dark Lord, that's a Smeargle? That is the Smeargle. Raging Bolt. This thing was AV, I think. I did get to see the Smeargle set. He used this last time. I don't... All my things are special attackers. I don't have a way to deal with Raging super well. I could go like Terra Steel Soul. Maybe. I could also just go Camille here. Yeah, we're doing that. Yep. You are sashed. It is as expected. Special defense. Don't care. As long as it wasn't speed. That's what we care about. I mean, I feel like we could Grassy Glide here because even if he switches and gets rid of my priority, then we still just like... Well, I mean, if he does that, it's just more worth going Woodhammer, ain't it? I mean, I kind of have to call it here. It's low. He's not swapping this. He did run Fake Out last... He's running Fake Out, so he's going to use it. Like, why wouldn't you? Yeah, okay. Honestly, this... I hate that I wasn't able to scout this team properly, But I love that he used the exact same team for me as he did for the previous challenger. This has been big time for me. That hurts. That really hurts. I'll admit I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, gotta expect the unexpected, you know. This is what happens. Maybe we go Gold Dango here? I want to be able to stop the speed control. I want to be able to kill that Needy. It's gotta be. It's gotta be Goldango. Everything else just gets too hurt by Raging Bolt. Yeah, the Ndidi was fairly obvious here. He now has terrain control. I mean, D-Gleam's just not the play. I feel like we just make it rain. I could taunt the Ndidi again. I'm gonna make it Terra make it rain, followed by a taunt. You need a drink. Okay. Oh, he's Terra as well. Please don't. Oh, it's Ndidi. Terra Fire. Okay. That's gonna resist my... Oh, I don't like that, but okay. That's, yeah, that's not nearly as much damage as I want. Wow. The AV just makes so much difference. Thunderbolt. Okay. I mean, he can Thunderclap me, but I just saw that I lived that. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, well, you know, he can't Helping Hand. I just taunted him. So, I could go for Focus Blast to target in the damage. Or maybe... I'm just going to double-click the Make It Rain. I'm double-clicking Make It Rain. And I'm Moonblasting Raging Bolt. This guy's gotta go. That's good damage, but it's not going to be enough to kill. Especially now that I've got a minus one. Yeah. He needs to switch if he wants to be doing any more damage. Iron Val go down. That's fine. I don't like it, but... I mean, it is what it is. Okay, I gotta run a calc. I've been trying to avoid this, but I gotta run the calc. Braga, Pulse, my Dragapult, Raging. Do I have a Raging Bolt for him? I do. How much does U-turn do? 13 to 16%. 20, 20, 15. He's at 10%. This should kill. I mean, unless he's defense invested, this should kill. A little scared. Yeah, we're switching. Please work. Intimidate's not mattering here. I shouldn't have bet everything on that. I shouldn't have bet everything on that. I did call the Draco right. But D-Gleam is not going to feel nice. Okay, so my question here is what do I do with Soul? I mean, I feel like I just have to click something that hurts Ndidi. I mean, I could, like, Hydro Pump, but there's a mischance on that. Is the taunt gone? The taunt is gone. Ugh, I gotta hit. I have to hit. I have to click my most accurate move, which is Draco. We hit, but I mean we lost 2 special attack. That's 2 special drops. D-Gleam will take this out. Like that has to be like 1, maybe 2 HP. Who's left? Mouse. Mouse only has normal moves, right? Mouse only has normal moves? I can't risk that. I can't risk him only having normal moves. I mean, Ursaluna's got to go. Period. End of story. Oh, I didn't think about him protecting. Please don't protect. Okay. Well, I mean, he just showed bite. Flinched. I flinched. Are you joking? Oh my god. I'm locked into Draco. I feel like I have to hydro this to get rid of it. It's just gonna bite me. It's just gonna bite me, like... I mean, you're gone now, but I'm dead, and I can't kill. I can't kill the mouse. Wow, it all came down to that flinch. I'm gonna cry. That's it. Wow. That sucks. I cannot believe I prepped that hard and it came down to the luck. But it is what it is. I mean, there's definitely things I could have changed. There are things that I could have changed and played better. But I mean, we can't pretend that luck did not play a factor. Wow. That's all right, though. That's GG. Like I said, this isn't the end of the season. I'll come back with my thoughts later. We'll see what happens. Okay. I've had some time to think about it. Sort of go over the gameplay in my head again. I didn't go back and check the footage. The game's pretty long, so I'll do that when I'm editing. I more so just reviewed what happened in my head, talked about it with a friend who watched the match, and sort of just went through it all. So first things first, let's do what I usually do. Let's go ahead and get the plug out of the way. Of course, Danko, GG. Links in the description. He actually just started a YouTube channel. He's going to be taking a break from his Twitch streaming. I'll go ahead and put both the Twitch link and his YouTube channel in the description. And of course, Chufti Bear's Twitch down in the description as well. Go check them all out. Lots of fun stuff going on over there. But as of right now, my time has come to a close. But this is not the end. As I have made you all aware, we are working on a queue-based system. So basically, I was at the front of the line, and so long as I keep winning, I stay at the front of the line. Now that I lost, we're at the back of the line. We just gotta wait for everybody else to start rotating out, start getting some losses. Or, alternatively, if they get to the elites, the elite line is different than the gym leader line, so that is another way people could, sort of get out of the way. I asked Chufti Bear about it, and really quick, before I continue this, I do know it's Chufti, by the way. I've double-checked on that. I know now that it is Chufti, but I have called him Chufti for so many months now. It's just ingrained, and I also asked him about it, and he said he doesn't care. So Chufti Bear has told me that in his estimations, probably 5 to 6 weeks. So we're going on a month-long break. That's neither here nor there, because classes are starting back up for me, and I'm gonna need that time. So sort of like a blessing in disguise. Maybe get me onto a good schedule with my classes, get used to what I'm doing, and then we could start brushing the Chufti League again. So that's the situation we're in. Could be longer, could be shorter. You never know. It's all just based on who wins, who loses. And now let's talk about the match. Here's the thing. let me get my excuses out of the way first. Oh my god, what was that luck? Getting flinched, followed by a miss on Draco. Like, game just basically told me, that's it, you're done, kid, we hate you. Have a nice day. Or I guess have a shit day. Here's the thing. Bad luck's gonna happen. You gotta play around it. Ultimately, there is some level of bad luck that is just absolutely unfair. But it doesn't matter. This is the game that we all agreed to play. So I did a lot of risky things in that battle, and I got away with most of it. So a couple things not going my way at the very end, it's just bound to happen. Something's gonna happen, and I'm gonna take an L. The one big excuse that I have that really, really irritates me is I think if I had the right move on my Sneasler, if I had Protect instead of Swords Dance, which is exactly what he was supposed to have, I think we win that. I think that's just the win. We secure the kill on the Regidrago. We are not punished at all. We're dropped down to our Focus Sash, and then Sneasler just lives for free. But that didn't happen. We can sit here and talk about what ifs all the time, but ultimately it was a mistake that I made, and I paid for it. So I need to be more careful in my preparations, make sure those mistakes don't happen again. And I certainly hope that they won't, because I'll be honest, out of all the things that I could have lost to, all the prep work that I did, and then just not having what I prepared for, just not having it available to me, that's like the biggest kick to the groin that I can think of. It is the worst way to lose, surely. At least with luck, you could say that, well, it's gonna happen, you know? It was out of my control. This one was fully in my control, and I was just... I was complacent. That said, what could I have done better? The truth of the matter is, I predicted the turn... I shouldn't say perfectly. I actually thought he was going for a Draco Meteor, not a Dragon Energy, because I don't go against Regidrago very often. I kind of just forget that he has Dragon-type Eruption. But point being, I had no idea who he was going to hit. In my head, I'm thinking he could hit Dragapult, he could hit Sneasler, I don't know. So I knew that I needed to be careful either way, and that's why I wanted to Protect. Well, I still had an answer, and in my panic of, oh my god, I don't have Protect, I didn't see it. So the major thing to learn here is stop panicking, focus on what's at hand, and find new solutions when the old one doesn't work anymore. And the solution I'm talking about is Fairy types are immune to Dragon. If I simply switched my Sneasler out for the Iron Valiant, sure, Iron Valiant is now on the field much sooner than I would ever want a late game sweeper being on the field. But that's much better to have Iron Valiant on the field than to just immediately sacrifice my win con turn one. I didn't think of it because I was in a panic, and that's my bot. Blech, my bad. So we learned from it. Ultimately, I can sit here and I can make all the excuses in the world, but I could have won that. It didn't matter. The luck didn't matter. The misplay didn't matter. If I just... Or not the misplay. The mispreparation didn't matter. If I had played correctly, it was the misplays that mattered. So, that's what it comes down to. We didn't win the badge, so there's not going to be an MVP. However, I understand that maybe that's a bit disappointing to some of you two out there that are watching this. Like, maybe 3 people. Well, if you're really interested in me naming an MVP, I mean, it's got to be Dragapult. He really pulled through in the end. I mean, he was 1 HP from the very beginning of the battle, and he just... he was a problem consistently through the entire battle. Really would have loved to put either a Sneasler or a Dragapult W up on that MVP board, but sorry, we didn't win the badge, so no room on the MVP board today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope in the near future, a month, maybe 2 months, when I have returned to the Chufti League, I hope that you follow and enjoy the footage. I will see you then.